Students, when we read the history of English literature and when we come to the 19th century, we remember some great poets like Coleridge, Wordsworth, Keats, and Shelley. But in the field of prose literature, we should remember this name, Charles Lamb. Why? Because among so many other prose writers of the 19th century, Charles Lamb is on top. Charles Lamb, William Hazlitt, Thomas Quincy, Walter Savage Landor, and so many others. They were the most important prose writers, but among all these prose writers, Charles Lamb has been considered the prince of English essayists, and he was a man of letters par excellence, and he was a myriad minded man. Why? Because he wrote poetry, he wrote novels, he wrote drama, he wrote some essays, and in the field of literary criticism also he has contributed by writing several essays. As a poet, we remember these two poems, The Old Familiar Faces and To Hester. As a novelist, he wrote Rosamund Grey, and as a storyteller, we remember Tales from Shakespeare, written by Lamb and published in 1807. We also should remember Adventures of Ulysses. All these storytelling has been done by Charles Lamb in collaboration with his sister Mary. He also wrote one tragedy, John Woodville, published in 1802, which was written in Elizabethan and Jacobean style. Okay, as a critic also he wrote some critical essays in literary criticism, specifically Specimens of English Dramatic Poets Contemporary with Shakespeare, published in 1808, is very important. Why? Because here he talks about the lesser famous dramatists of the Elizabethan age who lived in the times of William Shakespeare. And as an essayist, Charles Lamb is known as the Prince of English Essays, as Bacon is considered the father of English essay. In the same manner, Lamb is known as the Prince of English Essays. All his essays were published in London Magazine. In our next video lecture, I am going to discuss the features of Charles Lamb's essays, and we will try to understand why he is known as the Prince of English Essays.